start off the week with the moon in Capricorn, and on the 29th, we're going to have the first quarter moon in the sign of Aquarius. Now, the first quarter is like the building, right? We're going into building something new. In the sign of Aquarius, it's all about newness and new ideas and new technology. So this is a great time to experiment with new ideas, especially since hopefully last week we let go of a lot of grudges, okay? So Capricorn, Monday, Tuesday, the moon moving into Aquarius, Tuesday the 28th. And then on the 29th, Mercury, the planet of communication, leaves the sign of Scorpio and heads into the sign of Sagittarius. Mercury in Sagittarius has a lot to say. Your word is your wand. Sagittarius tends to have luck and blessings associated with it, and things can fall into place for you. Just be careful because Sagittarius does everything big. It's ruled by Jupiter. So conversations can get big, and sometimes we can put our foot in our mouth. So be careful with Mercury and Sagittarius, but also have fun with it. October 29th through November 18th, keeping in mind that it's going to move back into Scorpio. We're going to have that Mercury retrograde. So we're going to have an extension of Mercury in Sagittarius. We'll talk more about that next month. All right. Then we go into the moon continuing in the sign of Aquarius on the 30th into the 31st. When we get to Samhain, when we get to Halloween, by the time we wake up on, Friday morning, the 31st, the moon will have moved into Pisces. So more water energy. Well, we know Neptune's hanging out in Pisces. Saturn is hanging out in Pisces. We can't get sloppy on Halloween. If you plan to drink, I know I say this like every holiday, but really on this Halloween, if you plan to drink, make sure you have a designated driver. Saturn is hanging out there. Saturn's the rule. Saturn can be hard on you. And Neptune's hanging out there that rules drugs and alcohol, and it rules illusion and delusion. So be really careful. Now, the benefit of the moon in Pisces is that we have more watery energy. And we're talking about a time of the year where the veil is thin. We're talking about the time of the year where the dead is honored, right? Where the All Saints Day happening on the 1st of November, All Souls Day, right? Samhain, Halloween, all these different ways of looking at the Day of the Dead in Mexico. We have a lot of different religious viewpoints on these days, but there's a lot of intensity there. And so we know that we have the ability to feel more during that time, and it's going to be accentuated even more with the moon in Pisces. So make sure you're not falling into bad, quote, bad behaviors or things that aren't good for you, okay? And make sure that you're honoring those before you. This is a great time to take out some pictures of your ancestors, pictures of the people that you love on the other side. Honor them, maybe put a picture of them on your altar and see if you feel them more this week. So let's give you some cards for this Halloween week. And I'm going to put a couple on the table here. Anything else we need to know? No, we go into daylight savings time ending on Sunday the 2nd. And what do we need to know? Seven of Swords. So he looks like he's like almost in self-protection mode. He's holding 5 swords, and we had 5 of Swords come up for week 1. We know that there may be some tiptoeing around. There's some words maybe you're afraid to say. All right. And I look at all those stars in the background, almost like your ancestors back there. So it could be that you're just like, sometimes not everybody on the other side are the people we want to talk to. So it almost feels like you're a little bit scared, a little bit afraid to say your piece. Let's see what else we've got. We've got the Fool card, the Aquarius card. So there's a new journey showing up. It feels light. It feels free. We know we have Aquarius energy this month. We know that the first quarter moon is in the sign of Aquarius. So there's a new pathway. So it's almost like there's no more sneaking around. It's almost like maybe you've said your piece and now you're freed up. You've got the frame of reference card. So it's almost like all like what you're looking at, what you're focusing on. Frame of reference. So I'm just going to put one more card on the table over frame of reference because that one is not giving me a clear idea. It's a Page of Pentacles. See how she almost looks like she's pondering, okay? She's like pondering the situation, the frame of reference, all how you're looking at it. Page of Pentacles is young energy that wants you to kind of look maybe at it from a fresher perspective. So I'm happy to see the Fool card here because it shows me a lightness, a new journey, and she's got a little mouse running next to her, and time to put down whatever it is that you're tiptoeing around or afraid to speak your truth. And maybe it's even with some of your loved ones on the other side. Maybe you didn't get a chance to say your whole piece, but now is a time that you can. And the frame makes me think of a picture frame. And I would get out a picture of those people, have the conversation you need to have, maybe write it down, maybe burn that piece of paper afterwards over the toilet, safely flushing it away, but releasing something and moving into lighter energy.